which is 80% desert, Algeria might not be the first nation that comes to mind for football. For years it has battled to realise the potential of a team picked both from locals and the large Algerian population in France. But with a more professional approach of late, they have been able to attract more talented expatriates. In years gone by, the likes of Zinedine Zidane, Karim Benzema and Samir Nasri slipped through their nets. But in the last edition of the World Cup in 2010, 17 of Algeria's 23 players were born in France. The Fennec Foxes enter Brazil with a group of players that made them the second-ranked team in Africa. At the start of 2014, they were ranked 25th in the world. Algeria's second consecutive World Cup finals appearance ends a long-term slump for a country which had first been to the finals in 1982 and famously beat the then reigning European champions West Germany 2-1 before infamously missing qualification to the knockout rounds. West Germany and Austria contrived a result in the final group match that allowed them both to progress and keep Algeria out. 32 years on, the injustice still burns, but 2014 has raised hopes of a long-awaited progression from the group stage. Having finished bottom of their group in South Africa 2010, failing to reach the 2012 Africa Cup of Nations, and becoming the first side to be knocked out of the 2013 edition, Algerian football was at an all-time low. But the federation kept faith with Bosnian coach Vahid Halilhodžić, who had taken charge in July 2011. Undertaking the long and arduous process of reinvigorating the squad. In a qualifying group with Mali, Benin and Rwanda, rock-solid home form saw them finish top with some ease, winning all but one game in the second round, a 2-1 loss to Mali. 13 goals was a great return in just 6 matches, while only 4 goals conceded masked a need for improvement in the defensive third. It was an area that was exploited by Burkina Faso in the final round of World Cup qualifying, Algeria suffering a 3-2 loss away in the first leg. With a 1-0 win at home, they barely scraped through on away goals. The last African nation to qualify, the Fennec Foxes will carry the hopes of the Arabic-speaking world as the only side from North Africa to reach Brazil. For his first World Cup, Algeria's coach Vahid Halilhodžić has cast aside several established players in favour of a new generation, many of whom represented France at youth level. It's this combination of foreign-born Algerians alongside local talents that gives the Algerian team its charm. One of just 7 teams heading to the World Cup to score in every qualifying match. And of those scored, more were from long balls than any of the finalists. The attacking duo of Islam Slimani and Sofiane Feghouli have become a himself 9 goals in just 17 internationals. But since being recruited in 2012, French-born attacking midfielder Feghouli has quickly become the heartbeat of the Algerian side. Once described by Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger as exceptional and a physical beast, he scored 5 goals in his first 17 internationals. None more vital than the classy strike in the 3-2 defeat in Burkina Faso in the first leg of their final round playoff. Getafe's Mehdi Lassane, Udinese's Hassan Yebda and Crystal Palace's Adlem Guedioura have all been utilised to battle for the ball and lay it off to their more attacking players in front or out wide. The veterans perform their job admirably, but youth has been knocking on the door, with Internazionale Safir Taider, who has a more creative aspect to his game. Having represented France at youth level since making his debut for Algeria in 2013, he scored 2 goals in his first 8 appearances. Despite conceding just 4 goals in qualifying, the Algerian defence is their weakest component. While being strong at attacking set pieces, they have a tendency to switch off when defending them, and only 4 sides conceded a higher proportion of goals from headers. Their captain, centre-back Majid Bouguera, has had his disciplinary issues on the pitch and should have seen red against Burkina Faso for a horrific tackle, but ended up scoring the winner. Wide on the defensive flanks, where 3/4 of the goals they conceded were crafted, Algeria have a glaring weakness. The better teams in Brazil will know how to exploit this. How well Algeria perform in Brazil could be wholly dependent on the successful integration of emerging players, with youngsters Safir Taider and Ishak Belfadil being thrust into the side late in qualifying. Drawn in Group H with Belgium, Russia and Korea Republic, they've been given a tall order to overcome. But their preference for wide play gives them a fighting chance, with all 3 of their opponents struggling with crosses in qualifying. Facing Belgium in the first game with their high aerial proficiency will most likely prove too difficult. But it is not out of the question that Russia and the Korea Republic could be dispatched, with the usual